Alright, everybody, welcome to PokerDeals TV. This is Spin Me Up. I'm your host, Chris. I will be playing some Spinnagos for you and giving you tips and tricks on what I think are winning plays in this very popular format. Very fun to play. We're just going to jump in with the action, get some gains going, and let's see what we get. If you have any questions, obviously feel free. Just post them wherever you like. And if you like the channel and like what you see today, then feel free to hit subscribe or follow wherever you are watching this from, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. Also check out our Instagram page. We have some really fun poker content on there, so Poker Deals Official. Give that a check. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Alright, let's get the action going. Alright. 3x to begin with. Let's see what we get. Pretty easy start. 8-5 off in small blind, clear fold. If we get small action, we will be bumping up into the table, I guess. Pretty good flop for us here. Overs on the flush draw, it hits the big blind range a lot more than it hits ours. I don't think people are check raising enough in the big blind. I'm just going to go ahead and bet. He will have some 4x in his range. I don't want to be check raised. I think in this spot I'm just going to see my equity. Not the worst card. We managed to hit some chops now. He does have some 7x. What is it like? 7-3, 7-2, 7-5, 7-4 suited. He pots now. We're basically calling for a chop. I mean, 7-5, 7-4 suited. I think for this size we have to call. He does have the ace-7. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a sucky spot. We'll be calling this one off, especially since, like, on that flop we have so much equity versus his specific hand, and he gets there on the turn, unfortunately. So this was a quick game. Same player managed to knock us out into the second game now. Alright, a 2x. Let's see what we get here. Alright, as per usual, we're going to be playing a pretty high VPIP in the small blind. We get instant min raised. I'm going to defend this really often. I don't think I really want to with 10-2 off though. Definitely one of the bottom of our range. 9-3 suited, pretty easy fold. It's a pretty cool avatar this guy has with the dog and the cigar. It's pretty hard to tell on this. Looks quite funny in either case. Send in your questions. If you want to know anything, play poker, where do you play, what do you do? I'm going to try and talk through what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. Limp on the button, that's good to see. Obviously we hit a big board here. It hits the limp range of the button really well. But we just have too much equity. The question is, do you want to raise now or see some equity? And I mean, he's getting it in, but we're too good. I'm gonna raise non all in, and the thing is, I don't think he can fold or a 10 or a 9 now. We're beating all his other flush draws, so we do manage to win that one. It's quite an interesting spot. I don't really ever expect him to flat too much there. the turn was a pretty interesting card. Jack to pair the board. That was a really interesting one. I don't really like check calling all in with king high flush draw there. This one I'm just going to play a bit of pot control. We have to flush draw, we're most likely ahead. He's going to miss this board most of the time. Take the show down here. Alright, Mirok, let's see. Easy call with a king 6 suited. Pretty good board for us. We don't know much about his min-range strategy at this point, but expecting to have a lot more than just ace X. And obviously the dream card here, very good card for him to barrel as well against our 6x and 5x, so let's hope he does continue. There's not too many scare cards for him on this river that he's going to slow down on, so I'm just going to take the call line. Is he going to bluff this card? Probably not. It's one that where I think some players with an ace or a king are going to maybe slow down. And I'm not sure I'm going to get too many bluffs on that board. Let's see here. Going to try a cheeky one. Alright, get the fold. ABB will be playing a limp. Very long check. Not going to think too much, just going to be c-betting a bunch against players I don't know. Calling for the size. It's not really what I wanted to see, especially after the tank pre-flop. Super hard, but this turn is obviously not good for us. The club draws all get there. We'll be calling the shove. Okay, so he elects to limp. Very good board for us. I think we will just get our own back here. I don't expect players to be able to jam 6BB heavily enough, saying that he obviously does, but I don't expect players to be able to do that at a recreational level effectively, so I think we can over limp there a bit. Come on, now we shove. Let's go. No joy. Clear shove from us. Alright, live. Couple of diamonds. Oh, we get a diamond. Nope, no joy. Doubles up. Pair and a gut shot. We will be continuing. Not a bad card for us. He's checking now. I don't think we can really bet for value. You know, is he betting the flop with queen highs, king highs, ace highs that are going to call bluffs? I don't know. I think we're going to have to call this river if he bets, though. He's not going to have any jacks when he checks back that turn. Well, he shouldn't do, but he might. Tens. Alright. Snap shove, easy fold for us. Obviously an easy call. Really want to jam now. Good, let's go. Alright, he's still live. Good turn. Oh, that was a bad river. I will bring up a new one. Get some more action going. This one I'm going to check back. There's a lot of good turns for us that I don't really want to get bet off my hand. And this is one of them. Probably should be betting here against an unknown. He's not going to check raise enough, so... Probably should be betting that. Queen 4 suited. Queen 4 suited. Is that 8.4? I was a bit slow on the call button there. This one's obviously going in. Oh, we're dead in this one now. We've got a couple of clubs. I'm going to call the 10-3 off. Alright, no joy there, unfortunately. Hits the 3. It's going to be a good scare card for him on the river. I think we're just going to have to hope he missed. We can try and get an 8 to fold. I hit the 5. I'm not going to mess around with this, just going to bet. He can have as many bluffs as he likes. They all have very good equity against my hand, so I think this is a pretty clear give up. Alright, 10BB. Let's take another one up. Get some fun going. Alright, Shardy Shard. Recognize this player. Don't think I have any notes on him though. 3x. 3x. Let's move these down the middle for better viewing. Alright. Wow, 3 bet. None all in from Shardy Shard. 3x. Snap, C bet. Wow, pretty speculative from the button there with Queen 9 off. Interesting limp shove at 25BB. Well, it's an accurate start. I think I'm going to go for it again here. This one, I think I'm going to see my equity. Jack 10 suited flops really well. Okay, so it's 2 in a row. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, he just has it. So maybe he just had it every hand. Ace 2 suited. I could go for the call there, but he seems like an aggressive player and he's going to put a lot of pressure on pre-flop. He hasn't folded a hand. I'm going to shove this one. A7 suited. I'm going to value raise, call and all in. Yeah. Wow, he's just getting hands here. Not much I can do. Shardy shard. Not a great start so far. Busting in quite a few games. Not really much I've been able to do about it, but it only takes one. Let's see. Things can turn very, very quickly. Interesting that he's limping some of those hands. Pretty easy fold, 2-3 off, nothing doing there. Alright, Jack 9 suited. Let's get this in. Wow, snap. Oh, no joy there. We have an open-ended. Wow, what a run out there. That was pretty incredible given the pre-flop situation, the super dry flop there, not even a backdoor flush draw, but somehow the backdoor straight draw came in. Wow. Pretty nice for us. Alright, ace queen. Let's get this in. Gonna need some wins now. Alright, we are heads up. Even stacked, pretty short game. Let's see what we can do. Limp calling a shove here. Obviously an amazing board for our hand. I'm not going to play cute. Lots of draws there, lots of pairs. Shard. It's going to call there. Ace is good. Without any backdoor flush draw, I'm going to be calling Jack 9 there. This is just going to call. He seems like an aggressive player. I'm just going to let him be blasting off. We've seen him have a bunch of hands, but I mean, this is just one of those I'm going to be calling down. So he should be slowing down on this card. Can I get any value? I mean, he doesn't expect... Left hand side would be a barrel. So he must have really had nothing there if he's not able to call that. Wow, very nice on the left hand side. It's time to go all in. No! No joy with the kings. Maybe some joy with a 10 deuce suited though. I think this time we are going to check. Not even a bet this time. Really sucks for us. Alright. Oh, wow. Shardy really punishing us here. Just always having a hand. Not much we can do. Oh wow, we were both trapping. Had the exact same hand. He thought about raising, I guess, on the river. King queen suited, gonna limp call. Ace 4 good enough. 4 suited. Alright, open-ended. taking a card off, seeing what happens, and I will be barreling in if... yeah. Alright, sevens is going in, obviously. Eight, six, this is going to have to go too. Does Shardy have any min-raise folds here? I don't know. Sucks on the left there. 8-6, we just have to get in. Obviously a call. Jack 9 suited. Yeah, 8-6 off is like a 7 BB shove, so not really much we can do. Yeah, no joy so far here. Things are not going so well, but that's the way it is. I think with Shardy specifically, I'm going to limp this one. That is not the best flop at all. I'll be going for a check back here. Now I will value bet. He might call me some king highs, queen highs. I expect him to bet all of his pairs and trips. So yeah, I'm not just going to give him some free cards. I want to get some value versus those other hands. Alright, let's do it, Shardy. Queen 7, this will be going in. Snap call. This guy is always finding hands against us. We hit the flop and not the turn. Yeah, he's just dominating our hand ranges at the moment. Literally nothing you can do. Sometimes it's just the way it goes. Alright, 3x. Time to pump out a win here. This is not so good so far. Alright, 8-4 suited, pretty clear fold. Nothing doing there. Looks like we'll be playing this one. A7. Come on, Taras, what you doing? Alright, we'll be playing this as a limp. A good and bad board. Hits BB's range really, really hard. Don't want to be playing a huge pot here. We have some equity. This is a pretty good turn for us. It does hit some of his draws like 10-7, 10-9, 7-9. Obviously gets there. We block with the 7 a little bit. I think I'm going to start taking the lead. He might have some sort of 6x, 4x here. I don't want to just be check calling like with ace high. Going to make it pretty difficult for myself. I want to put some pressure on some of those other hands. This is a really bad river. I just don't see him folding very much now, unfortunately, other than draws. So he did up to 10-9. He's obviously never going to fold this. Yeah, some tough decisions today. People are having hands, but that's just the way it goes. You can only focus on your decisions. Okay, king 8 off. Let's see what we get here. Good start. Quick check there. I think we're just always going to stab this now. Interesting that he doesn't limp stab that board. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, guys. We have a heads up match. Me and Matt in the office here. We are going to be battling out heads up. We'll show all hole cards. You'll see a lot of banter. We'll have a call on Zoom, so you'll get to see both first and our reactions. It's really fun to watch. I think I'm leading 7-6 in games. It is currently, but it's pretty close and really fun to watch. So check it out tomorrow, 3 PM CET. We have a donk lead here for this size. I'm going to call. I don't like the fact I don't have a heart, but I mean, kind of looks like he's drawing or trying to bet some sort of low pair, but I really just don't have anything here. I just don't know his strategy well enough. He hasn't been too active so far. I mean, he limped that, you know, king 7-3 and then just stabbed, so. Sorry, didn't stab. So he seems a bit passive. Disconnected from Taras. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, let's whack another one up, see what we get. Getting a little bit boring. Try and give something for you to watch. Ace 10 off, pretty clear jam. King 9, raise from the button. Be a raise call. And on the right hand side, we're going to be barreling this off most likely, unless we're seeing some check raising going on. It makes it harder for him to fold a jack now. So that one I'm just going to have to check. So 6, 10-9, 10-8, jack. I'm just going to have to look like I'm bluffing. Must have just had a 6 or some sort of ace high or king high. I don't want it to continue. So I'm going to limp shove 6s. Alright, 4x. Let's hope he has some weak ace or under pair. Alright, we'll take that 4BB. Instant check. We saw him do instant checks before. I think we're gonna stab and just push our straight draw a little bit. I think we're going to push this even harder now, unless it's got like king 10, queen 10. I don't expect him to be continuing for 2 streets. I expect him to bet his flush draws on the board, so I'm just going to go hard against that. Limp on the button I'm a bit wary of, but we have a hand we want to see a flop with. Ace 5 versus 6s, running into it again. Getting pretty hammered here so far. Over bets. We're hoping for the 10x. This is not fun at all. Didn't even have to think. I'm gonna have to call her. I mean, I blocked 10-9, so. See if I can get some sort of king high to call there. Yeah, that really sucked. Like, we rocked the 10-9, and, you know, is he really value betting that quickly, that hard with just a king? So... this one really sucks. We saw him quick act when he had strong hand with the king 6, so I mean, unless he just quick jams king queen or whatever, I don't think there's much we can do, so I think we can get away from that one. Alright, we need to win some hands, win some games. Getting crushed so far, but we're going to spin this around. Alright, ace-x, pretty clear. King, queen, pretty easy shove. Obviously not our flop there on the left. All the wrong cards. That's fine, easy decisions. Alright, 3-6, obviously taking a stab. 10-3, easy fold. Alright, we're getting heads up now. 11 BB, let's go. Try and take the first game of the session. Claw back some dignity here. We're going to be calling this. It flops too well. And obviously that is the dream flop. We're just hoping he spaz shoves some overpair. Cool. Question is, can they fold to an extra 5 BB? I think we're too strong. I want to get as much money in here as possible. Don't think I'm going much option. I think Fluffy is not going to bet himself 3-way, so wow. That was some interesting play we had there. 3 BB raise. That was extremely interesting. Hopefully we're going to get heads up in the second one. 2-1 chip lead. It's a good flop for us. Most likely ahead. We'll be value betting for sure. Alright, heads up. Let's go. It's too strong. I'm going to go for a min raise on this one versus a new opponent. Alright, Jack 10 off. It's going to flop well. Not with that flop though, versus a min raise. That size I'm going to call. I could lead that. It's one of my weaker holdings on this board, so I'm just going to let this go. Again, I'm going to go for a min raise strategy with this guy. Not the best board. I think people are overfolding C-bets. That's a bad turn. Hits a lot of his range, like 8-6, 8-5, 10-8, 10-6, Jack 8, Jack 10. So not the best for us. So I'm going to be giving this one up. Quick check. I think now I'm just going to go for it. Sit out there. We have a nice sit out. Let's try and take advantage of this one. He's back in now. Alright. Min raise, I'm really not loving. But I'm going to try and go for some value versus some. Min raise. He shouldn't have too many ace X's here unless he trapped aces, so I think I'm just going to get it in versus any. I mean, this one I have to call anyway. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I mean kings, but we're too strong in that spot. Very interesting min raise here. The question is shove or call. I don't think we're going to take too many mistakes post flop, so we'll just call. He should be bluffing that a bunch. I'm going to call. Don't really know what he's doing. Oh, didn't he bet this? So he could just be trapping. I mean, I have a lot of 7s and 3s and kings myself. It's one of my weaker holdings, so I don't think I need to do anything there. If he's on a complete bluff, then fine. Good board for the big blind range. We'll be delaying 7 BB. So I think I'm going to start bluffing now versus 5x, 6x that he doesn't want to continue with. I expect him to bet the flushes on the turn. I think I'm just going to make this one a bit smaller, since I don't think I'm going to overbet with like a king with the flush out, so I'm going to change my sizing for that one. Alright, let's go. Ace 9 suited. No joy. Ace 6 suited, maybe. Alright, we'll be barreling that card for sure. Not too many 10x in his range. He's going to find it pretty difficult to continue. He does call. That is not the best card. I don't like the fact I have a diamond. Things miss. Is he going to call a 7? I think I just have to go for this. He's shown tendencies to fold, so I had the diamond. That really sucks. 10-8. 10-8, 10-8. I think most players are going to fold often enough there, so. 3 BB. Alright, value bet on the left. Need to work that stack back up. Limp. I'm trying to think how much he's folded, whether I can just shove this in. Come on, you need to take one of these games. 6 PP. King 3, pretty strong hand. He hasn't been punishing my limps enough, so I'm going to be playing a bunch against this guy, obviously saying that now he does min raise, so I'm going to be folding this one. Last time he did it, he had kings. This guy seems to be having some issues with his internet. 7s, I'm going to limp this one. Probably should just shove against this guy in honesty, but I mean, he does it for us. Alright, the flip. It's a really good flop. Perfect. Let's go. Let's go. The first win. Oh no, it's judged the stack. All right. Obviously, very good board for our range. Just shouldn't have too many aces here. Oh, wow. Well, flush draw or an 8x. I mean, he has good equity on both of those. 2.8 BB. They're giving us a good fight today. A good fight. Right, Jack 8 off. Let's get this game done. No, it hits the 4. Leading. Do I want to raise with 10-9? I think I have better hands. 5-2 is a concern. With this size, just worried about flush draws really. 1 BB I'm definitely calling. Oh, wow. Jack, these are the decisions we're getting. Jack 4, 4.7. This one I'm folding. Right on the edge. 6-3, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 5 BB or something. 6-3 suited, 5 BB. Yeah, fold that one. Betting for value here. He does call. It's not the best river, but I still think we're going to get some worse hands to call. Alright, that was perfect. 4.5 mid raise. I mean, whatever, it's too strong. Pretty stuck in this right hand side. We're struggling to get the games done here. I mean, this guy came back from like 1 BB multiple times. Hopefully we are going to do the same. Not the best board for a limp call range, but we're going to take a stab anyway. It's unfortunate because he's not folding that often, but he's somehow finding the hands, and we eventually lose on the right hand side. We spike on the left and we hit the full house, so he's absolutely dead, which is perfect. But still, we're not managing to lock this game up yet. Every game is a real fight at the moment. Check, 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 check. What did he do that with in the last game? I think I'm going to bet this one. I have 2 overs to any small pair, so I'm going to take a go at that one. 8-3 is so bad. King Queen, let's go. Lucky Miss May. Ace, perfect. Right, let's get this game dusted. Ace 6. Solid. Alright, let's go. I think this was the first win of the session, very much needed. As you can see, really having a tough time at the moment. But all you can focus on is your decisions. So, alright, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 2x. If anyone has any comments, feel free to drop us comments on here in Twitch, or if you're viewing this later on in YouTube, write in the comment section, ask any questions you like. We'll read all of them, get back to you, or address them in the next streams. Check tomorrow for the heads up battle. Me and Matt will be playing in the office against each other, showing all the whole cards. So if you want to see that tomorrow, live 3 PM CET on Twitch. I think it's 7-6 in games so far, so make sure to check that out. We'll have a Zoom call. It'll be really, really, really fun. Or if you haven't seen yesterday's commentary, me and Lucky Luke go over the heads up, mainly of the Scoop main that took place earlier this year on PokerStars. Really interesting battle on there. That was really fun to cover, so feel free to check that out if you like commentary as well on the games that are happening online. Also taking place next week. We'll round it off and finish that. Let's see, min raise. Obviously calling this. Calling most of my range in that spot. So we have a limp. I'm just going to take some initiative. King of Hearts I would continue, but Deuce of Hearts I'm not really going to bother. Also get ready for today's video movie transformation on our Instagram channel. We have a really epic video coming out. If you haven't seen any of those so far, we have some really funny ones. Matrix, Fast and the Furious. We do some really cool video transforms on Instagram. Poker Deals Official. If you want to check that out, I'm sure you'll really enjoy it if you like poker. They're really fun to watch. So check that out on our Instagram channel. We have a fun one coming out today. I'm sure you'll like it. Shove all in from the button. Alright, we have action. This looks like it's going... Wow, chop pot. Ishak suited, flopped the world, but couldn't get it through. Low ace rags generally don't do that well on the button. People really overrate them. This one is called... I don't think I can make it 5BB, so I'm just going to shove. I mean, I could min click there or something, but I think it looks really trappy. Oh, did he spike the ace there? Oh well. Queen 3 suited. Ace 8, pretty clear shove. 1BB. He's been raising 14, 15 BB, has quite a tighter range. I kind of want to do something here, but I think I'm going to leave it. Alright, threes will be going in for sure. Let's hope we get some folds. It's never fun to get called when you got threes. 7-6, pretty clear shove. Alright, let's go. And that is a dream flop for the threes, and the turn now absolute zero chance for the button. Perfect. There's not many spots like that in poker, but when it happens, it's a good feeling to lock it up. Once again, guys, feel free to ask any questions you want about spins. If you play poker yourself, just let me know what you play, what you do. Happy to help out where I can. I think we're going to still have to bet. There's not like that many 3x, 2x in his range when you think about it, this stack depth, but we could conceivably check back one there, since the stack to pot ratio is so small that we're going to be getting in on turns anyway. And obviously dream spot here, someone shoves. 7-4 off is an interesting shove. It's definitely not that stack depth, but we'll take it with our hand. Alright, heads up 2-1. Let's go against Stu Reese. We've got to come back on this right hand side. 5.5 BB. I'm going to try taking a limp here. Most players are just not jamming enough versus limps there, so I think we can over limp, and this we're obviously calling. Alright, King 5, not the best flop. We're done on that one. See if we can take the other one now. One overcard, not super concerned at this point, but I'm going to play pot control, and obviously the dream turn there. He is going to have some draws. Are they going to call all in? No. And that is obviously hitting quite a bunch of draws, but I mean, he still has a bunch of 2 pairs in this spot that are definitely in his range. I still have to raise against 2 pairs, so let's see what he has. Yeah, just top pair with had Queen Jack, so he had a Queen of Diamonds, which obviously helps when the flush comes out for us. But I have to raise in this spot to that size. Alright, diamond draw on the turn, and we spike it on the river, and we take our second win for the session. Perfect there. Finally starting to build up some wins. You can really go long stretches and spins for sure, like 16, 17 games in a row. It's not unheard of to like lose all of them. It has happened many times to me, many other players I know, so just be aware these things can happen in games with really high variance. Alright. To be honest, I just want to take the board down. If he calls, he calls. Alright, we hit the 3 with a backdoor flush draw. He does raise. I'm calling 1 there. Not the best turn. I don't even have a club, so folding this. That's a bad turn. Queen hits his range as well. Don't have a diamond. Bottom pair. Pretty easy to get away. He raised pre-flop. Let me know if the sound's okay, anything needs changing. Happy to try and adjust things. Alright, ace 5 suited, pretty clear shove there. Stu Reese we had in the last game. His bet sizing seems somewhat like he knew what he was doing. Although he couldn't fold to that raise. Alright, an amazing board for us here. Okay. I'm going to raise against his bare diamonds and 6x and some queen x. I mean, if he checked back the flush draw on the flop or a jack x, then fine. I mean, this stack to pot ratio is nothing I can do. And that river was an absolute dream, and obviously very, very lucky. Just one of those spots, not really much we can do. This is a clear jam, ace 8 off. Calling this suited and booted. We really don't have much in this board, but it's one that favors us compared to him, so I'm going to put some pressure on. Standard c-bet on the left. It's a good turn. He's going to have some king highs, flush draws. He's not going to have too many ace highs that check back, so I think we're playing king high a lot here. So let's just try and get a light call from a king or a jack. Gonna play this as a trap. I'm getting a nice shove now from Best Lifer. Don't let me down. Oh well. I'm gonna value bet. Try and get 10x, 2x value. Easy call with the 4s, flipping. just calls. That's interesting. I think we're just going to play this like we stab give up. Get some of his random calls to get in. Okay, so queen high or a 2. 2 is obviously not betting itself. Wow, he hits the river. This is pretty interesting. We have a lot of equity here. He's just come out potting. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Snap bet half pot. The flush draws get there. Does he bet like a queen like this? Probably not. We block some of like the 8-5, 5-4. It's come out betting again, which is interesting. We hit the straight draw on the turn. We're beating a lot of 1 pairs that are just gonna have to call off there, so got the value from the 7x. King 5, no joy there. No joy, no joy. Pot bets 3-2. We have a lot of backdoor flush draws and straight draws. That obviously is a really good card. He checks it. So pot bet was weak there. We will be barreling this for sure. Hits our range. That is not a great card. But I think we're still going to barrel it. He's still going to have some overs that just not cool. This we're obviously getting in. It's a really terrible river as well. Hits all the straight draws. Okay, we have good shots. It's a pretty bad gut shot though. I think we're just going to let this go. It's going to be too many awkward turns and rivers. Not the right colour on the board on the right. We're still going to be ahead a bunch of the time. Don't think we need to do much else. Left hand side. We're going to be against some better hearts, and we're just going to be taking a card off there because they're all going to call, they're all going to see their equity. So now I think we're going to start betting. I think we need to make it kind of easy for those King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts hands to call that didn't really want to bet themselves. Praying for a 3x on the left hand side or some sort of draw. Queen 9, Queen 10. These are the only straight draws that miss. Do they bluff? 2 pairs are all in his range. I think we just have to fold and let that one go. He should bet the 10 on the turn. Can he fold a queen or a jack? That is the question. He is going to have some air there as well. He's turning a little call. Obviously this we're calling. The min raise is so suspicious. I think we can play ace 10 pretty safely in position. Yeah, I mean he's just... We have a lot of other hands we can call here. There's so many jack x, 8x, 10-9 suited, you know, queen 10, queen 9 suited. So this is either a bluff or he's hit, so I'm calling with the 8-6. Let's see here. Yeah, it was like very polarized there on that board, so King Queen is going to be really strong on this board. Pretty clear bet. I think it's 9-4-4. People overfold this. Good turn for us, hoping he has King High or Queen High now and not some 9 or 4, obviously. The river helps us a lot there. He has a lot less 9x now. This one we're shoving, and this one we just have to call. So he turned his hand into a bluff, which was pretty interesting. He's like pretty far ahead there in general. He doesn't really need to do that. I think we will be ISOing this one. We haven't done it to him. Double straight draw now. I'm going to make it clear that I'm not folding. Alright, looks like we could be in a position to get some wins on the board. Just betting this. I have to call that anyway. Alright, we managed to take it the 3-way. We're getting some wins in now. This is good. I think we're going to make the last two games. Let's see what we get. Check, 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 check. Is Jack High winning? There's a reasonable chance. Does he bluff at some point? We have better hands to be calling this bluff off with, so 5pp, getting this in. Nice fold, Tom. I'll thank you in advance. We'll take that. Not that board though. So yeah, I mean we just have a bare Jack of clubs. If we had like Jack 6, Jack 7 where we conceivably hit some better hands, I could consider this, but I don't think there's any need to in that spot. You'd have to basically be on some absolutely ludicrous wild bluff. Alright, final two games. Managed to get some wins now. Nice tail end to the session. And we got a $30 one there. Obviously the dream turn. He's not going to fold a queen or a 6 too often, so bet quite heavily there. He's still probably not folding a queen on the river, so he had two pair. That really sucks for us. He hit two pair on the river. With this bet size, I kind of think there's a lot of draws, but a lot of them are really good, like 10-9, and obviously flush draws. So I'm just going to see a turn. This obviously hits them quite hard, but we have a lot of equity, so it's a pretty clear call. And that river is obviously good for us, and we're hoping that Bobo Bradley has some sort of 9x and wants to get it in, and it looks like he does. Yeah, so like I said, you know, he just had a ton of equity on the flop that I don't think we need to push against. Alright. I mean, he does have some 3x, like 3-2-5-3. I decided to bet the flop, so I don't think he starts bluffing again now since we called. He's forward, I think I'm going to fold. Alright guys, let's get these wins in. Snap check raise there. No heart, I think I'll be folding this. I'm trying to play 100% the right hand side until I start seeing anything that I want to do differently. Let's try and get 2 out of 2 wins. Nice king 10. No, aces. Alright, well, it's a good start. Oh, and we hit the river. That was a dream river. Very lucky there. The hands just played themselves, really. Ace 9 in this spot. I'm gonna take a check back. He's already check raised 1 flop. I'm gonna prevent some equity now against some draws. Cool. I think I'm gonna go for this one. He's not gonna be able to call with too many 1-pair hands there, so this one I'm just gonna play as a call. We basically have to have adding out to bluff here if anything's going to happen. And we'll probably check raise him. Yeah. I mean, I don't expect him to be checking turns with like 6-8, so I think we're going to be ahead of a bunch of random 2 pairs and stuff here, so let's just raise and hopefully he has some sort of hand. Obviously calling. Checking back the top pair there. So many like 7, 8, 6, 5, 9, 6, 9, 5 flush draws in his range. I don't really want to be betting too hard. Now that he's checked, I'm going to start getting some value. Queen 2. Don't like it, but I will have to play. This is a pretty good board for us to start barreling. He's not going to like this too much. King 9 is going to bet. I don't really think he's going to be checking like aces or kings too much. Maybe some sets, but even still it's quite draw heavy board, so I'm going to start putting pressure on. And he is calling and calling. It's a wow, I was going to say it's a good river for us to bluff, but he has just gone and bet himself. Maybe he had 10s and just didn't like the board very much. Not really much we can do though. Alright, looks like we're going to get a win on the left, leaving just a win on the right to knock it out the park. Let's go full screen. Pretty easy limp call here. He's giving me the violin. Lots of good equity for us on the turn, so I mean, he could be delay c-betting some sort of mid-pair, which we're doing very well against. I don't think I'm going to fold for that size. Yeah, obviously folding now. He's got some tricks, got some throwables. Could just be shoving the ace king there, but that one I'm just gonna barrel. Okay, let's go. Time to shove. Make it seem like we have some sort of decision. 6-3. All right, let's go. Queen 4 suited. I mean, what's he barreling? 8x, King X. It's pretty thin, but we don't really have much here, so 8-4, obviously going in. Need some sort of double up here. We're gonna be in check call mode here. It's not. It's gonna say, like, you know, 7-8 is one draw that gets there, but let's see what he had there. 7-5, so he was just trying to value bet small. 7-5 suited. 3x, interesting raise size. He hasn't been ISOing too much, so I think we're going to value min raise this, and good spot for us. Time for the double, and we get there. 3-1 chip lead almost. It's time to take the last game. Continuing this flop for sure. Delay C bet. I just don't think players are doing this often enough with bluffs on the turn, so just gonna let it go. Limp cool. Min raise. Looks like he was trying to set some sort of trap. Pretty easy shove. 8.5. Come on, let's nail this last game. Not really the flop we want to see. No club. Ace 10. Alright, it's time for you to go in. Snap, cool. Obviously we're doing super good. On this board, it's going to hit him a lot. It's a really good card for us. We have so many draws now. Just going to be pushing this in. And he does hit a 10. And we do not hit the world of equity that we had, unfortunately. Well, if he's trapping, he's trapping. There's not really much we can do here. I mean, I guess the fact that he bet the flop means he's probably not trapping. He's just working out equity-wise, I think, whether he has any sort of odds against a 6 with his hand. 6 PP, I think we're going to trap this one. Let's go. I mean, that obviously sucks. It's always suspicious when players are just min raising off like absolutely no stack depth, but you know, what can you do? Well, we managed to get some wins in the end, thankfully. Some really tough decisions for sure, but you know, we got some wins. I hope you managed to get some value from this video and this session. Check out next week doing the same thing again. Spins next week. If you want to join in, make sure to ask any questions. Make sure to follow the Twitch channel if you haven't already and you're enjoying the content. We have Heads Up tomorrow, me and Matt, 3 p.m. CET, live Zoom call, live whole cards shown to all of you. It's going to be really, really fun. You get to see all of the action. Both of us have been spin players, Heads Up players, so you're going to see some really fun stuff tomorrow. Tune in for that. If you haven't checked out our socials, Instagram, at Poker Deals Official, some really interesting and fun content there for you guys. We try to make things entertaining and fun for your enjoyment, poker related. Would definitely say that we'd be one of the better content providers, if not the best, for poker. We have a really cool Transform movie coming out today, later on Instagram. Check that out, it's definitely not one to miss. So yeah, subscribe, follow, like us if you like what we're doing, and yeah, check with us next time. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. if you want to join. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you got some value. See you guys. Take care.